So this is where it gets really fun. We are now going to convert standard to vertex form where A is not 1. In the previous video I did, A was 1, so there weren't as many steps. There aren't that many more steps here. You just have to be extra careful. So, first things first, A is not 1. A is 2 in this case. But in order to complete the square, you cannot have an A value other than 1. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to factor out the 2, but only from the first 2 terms in the equation. We're going to leave C completely alone right now. I'm just going to take it out of the first 2 terms. Remember, when you factor something out, it doesn't disappear. Okay, so again, I've taken out a 2, but I've only taken the 2 out of the first 2 terms. Now I'm going to write some spaces in here like I did in the first example. You're going to put a space after B, and you're going to put a space after C. Now I'm on to the B over 2 squared step. B is now -4. You cannot use the original B value. Please make sure you use the new one, which is -4. So we end up with 4, and that is what goes into the first space that we wrote. Now, we cannot put -4 in that second space. If you haven't watched the first video, I would watch that first. What's happening here is I'm putting this foreign number into this equation that wasn't there before. So I need to take it back out in order to not change any of my values. So putting a +4 in the parentheses like that doesn't mean I'm actually just putting in a 4. In reality, this is actually a value of +8. So that's what I'm trying to explain in step 5. You're going to multiply that 2 by the 4. And then that is what's going to go in the second space, but you need to make sure you have the opposite sign, because whatever I'm putting into it, I need to also take back out at the end. So again, I put this 4 in the parentheses that wasn't there before. However, because of that 2 multiplied in front, it's not really just a 4, it's really an 8. So I've taken this 8 out of thin air and I've put it in this equation. I can't do that without also taking it back out, because if I change the equation, I'm changing the entire parabola. So the next step, I'm going to factor what's in the parentheses. We're looking for 2 numbers that multiply to 4 and add to -4. Those 2 numbers would be -2 and -2. And since it's the same number twice, I can write this squared. So your last step could have been done earlier, especially this one. It's really easy. we're just doing 9 minus 8, and that will be our final answer.